You need to consider two things when connecting devices to the USB-C input of TAURUS UCX: what the device supports and what the cables support. I have three categories of devices in front of me: two Windows-based laptops, a MacBook Pro and an iPad Pro. The requirement for the sources is that they need to support DisplayPort alternate mode on their USB-C connector. But be careful, because not all USB-C connectors support DisplayPort alternate mode. Take this laptop for example. It has a USB-C connector, but the logo next to it says SS10, which means it's only capable of doing super speed USB at 10 gigabits per second. It cannot do DisplayPort alternate mode, and it cannot receive charging either. You can still connect this laptop to TAURUS UCX, but you will need to use an HDMI and a USB cable to do that. This Windows-based laptop only has USB-C connectors. One has DP logo next to it and the other two have Thunderbolt logos next to them. But since Thunderbolt is backwards compatible with DisplayPort alternate mode, all three ports can be used with TAURUS UCX. MacBooks also come with USB-C ports only nowadays, but they are always Thunderbolt ports, which means they are backwards compatible with DisplayPort alternate mode as well. And finally, we have the iPad Pro, which also has a USB-C port, and it does support DisplayPort alternate mode. iPads with Lightning connectors do not support DisplayPort alternate mode. For those devices, you will need a Lightning to HDMI adapter, and you will need to use the HDMI input of TAURUS UCX. And with Android tablets, you need to check the specification whether that USB-C port supports DisplayPort alternate mode or not. And now about the cables. What you need is a so-called full-featured USB-C to USB-C cable. Full-featured means that all of the pins and all of the wires are populated inside the cable, and thus it can carry DisplayPort alternate mode. Of course, you can rarely find the term full-featured on the cable's websites, but you can usually find that it supports video, or it supports DisplayPort, or it supports 4K 60 video, and that means it's probably going to work fine with TAURUS. The USB-C cables that won't work are the USB-C charging cables, like this one which came with our MacBook Pro. The purpose of these cables is to provide charging for the laptop. They do have some USB functionality, but they only have the USB 2 layer implemented. They are missing the super speed lanes. If you look inside the connector, you can actually see that there are some pins missing, and that means this cable cannot carry DisplayPort alternate mode. You can also use Thunderbolt 3 cables like this one, but they are really unnecessary. They can work in DisplayPort alternate mode if they are passive cables, but being passive means they are usually quite short. This one is only 80 centimeters long. There are longer Thunderbolt 3 cables, but they are usually active, which means they will not be compatible with DisplayPort alternate mode. So our recommendation is to stick to a USB-C to USB-C full-featured cable. If you want to avoid the hassle of searching for the right cable, then you can order a 1 meter long or a 2 meter long USB-C cable from Lightware. These cables were tested by us and they are guaranteed to work. Alright, so you have the right device and the right cable. Now it's time to connect them to TAURUS UCX. The beauty of USB-C is that you only need a single cable to carry video at up to 4K 60 and also embedded audio. The laptop can receive charging, and it can also have access to the USB peripherals like the keyboard, the mouse and the webcam. So you can all use the webcam that sees everybody in the room, and you don't have to squeeze into the field of view of the built-in webcam of your laptop. And the bonus feature of TAURUS UCX is that we have a USB Ethernet bridge built in, so the two USB-C hosts always receive a permanent wired 100 megabit Ethernet connection, so you can always stay online.